What's up, you beautiful people, YouTube, you wonderful, amazing, hobbyist, beautiful people? What's going on this wonderful Saturday? It's been a little while since I've done a live stream. I thought it'd be fun to come on here, and I've had a fun morning. I've definitely had a fun morning. I've been having trolling activity. I've been enjoying that. It's just been a fun morning. But we have not had a chance to talk about the new Parrot drone. I don't even know how to pronounce this correctly. It's like ANAFI. I don't know. Let's see here. It is ANAFI. I gotta say, man, what's up, Mark Blackwell, Primitive Models, Brian G. What's going on, dude? I'm so impressed by this drone, even though it just hit the market. I am actually super impressed. The only thing that really throws me off about the new Parrot drone, the ANAFI, whatever you want to call it, is that the transmitter looks a bit chintzy. I love the design, but it looks extremely chintzy. Flying Brian, what's going on, man? JLRC Multi-Rotors, how we hanging, brother? I talked to Helder Hugo. If you guys know Helder Hugo, he is the guy that has been pushing the Parrot products to what they've kind of become today. He was the real mainstream person on YouTube who has pushed, Parrot products to what they've become based on YouTube. And I'm friends with the guy on Facebook, and I talk to him quite often, but he just got his hands on one. And I got to tell you, man, I think this thing weighs in at like 320 grams or something, 390. Extremely lightweight. I think it almost like compares to the Spark weight, which is craziness. It is looking good. I think the thing for me that really sets it apart from everything else is that the camera is a complete oval, and it can go completely around and point straight up to the sky without having a drone that it's going to stare at. Like, these are awesome things that they've added. Like, these are things that get me excited. I think it's a little strange looking, to be honest with you, but I like it. It's new. It sticks out. It's a sore thumb for the market. I like that they're changing things and altering what we've had so far. And I think the price point is in between like the Fly More package of the Spark and the Air for I think it's like $799, $699. It's in between that price range, but it shoots in 4K. So I feel like it's the best of both worlds. And it also has like a 4-kilometer range, I want to say. So the thing goes out like 2 miles, man, on that simple Fly Sky Controller 3 that they're calling it. The only thing that really puts me down on it is that the Sky Controller looks extremely cheap for some oddball reason, like extremely cheap. Rocky, what's up? Mo Man, what's happening? DJ Sharp, what's happening? Floyd Thomas, yeah, it looks very good. I think it would be great for bridge inspections. I also believe that it would do great for bridge inspections. Mark, what's happening? I get that, Mark, but think about the price point that you're accessing here. If you're, I don't know, that's still better than a GoPro Hero 4. The GoPro Hero 4 Silver, I think, comes in at what, 15 frames per second? So you're still beating out whatever my Solo could do. And the Solo is a $2,000 platform. So I don't know. I think 4K at 30 frames per second is not really that bad, man. Most people, if you really like stop and think about it, how many of you guys are actually shooting in 4K and uploading that footage to YouTube? How many people actually have a 4K ready device that you can use? Like, my computer screen's not even 4K. My cell phone's not 4K. My TV at my house is like, I think highest resolution might be like, I don't know, 1080. I don't even feel like most people have 4K TVs yet. So is it really necessary to have 4K right now unless you're doing like extremely professional shoots? Like, I just don't see the reason for it. I've always been super comfortable with 1080. You know what I'm saying? Most people are watching YouTube now on their devices. So having a 4K, capable device is slim to none. So I think it's fine. And that's pretty crazy too. I think it's 120 frames per second at 180. Yeah, that's nuts. My PC would let out the magic smoke. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have you ever tried to like actually edit or render 4K, or even 2.7K takes forever? 4K takes hours and hours to render. So most people just don't shoot in 4K unless they're doing something extremely professional. By the way, guys, if you haven't smashed that like button, please do so. I'm kind of running on a tight schedule here today, but I did want to talk about this drone just because it has me super excited. For those of you guys that follow me, You know I'm a major fan of Parrot products. I love these Parrot products. They make me extremely excited when Parrot wants to release something. For those of you that don't know, Parrot was really like the forerunner for the technology that we have in drones today. The first drone to have optical flow and sonar sensor capability was the Parrot Bebop, and that was 2014. It is also the best electronic image stabilization I have ever seen come on a drone before, and that's including the Bebop 1 and the Bebop 2. So this is interesting that Parrot has decided to put a gimbal on the new drone. It's not really like Parrot to do that, but it is cool that they have given it the option to look completely down underneath itself and go all the way completely up to the sky. Very neat. You just don't see that much. I love the design. It's very interesting. Drone number 2009. I'm waiting to see how much car is going to need to pass inspection before I order the ANAFI. Yeah, there you go. So yes, Thomas, it's more slow shots. Let's see here. Not to mention having a zoom when you're only recording in 1080. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is that I do agree with that. If you're shooting in 4K, it does allow you to not having a zoom kind of sucks, but you know, when you can shoot in 4K, then it allows you to really blow up the image and still have it very clear. However, shooting at 30 frames per second, if you blow that up, you're definitely going to see the frame rate blast out right out the window. So, I mean, that is kind of a downside. Yeah, it's in between. So, once again, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please make sure to smash that. Definitely helps the algorithm grow. I just saw Snoop Dogg on your shoulder. Did I win the Typhoon H? You know, we stopped with Snoop Dogg because it just had absolutely no interest. People apparently just weren't interested in the whole Snoop Dogg thing. So, just kind of threw it out the window. I guess I'll just do standard giveaways like normal. I really need to figure something out for another giveaway. I just gave away my Tello Rise. I gave away both Ghost drones. I gave away, but see, they were just to friends that have been wanting things for a while, and I wasn't messing with them. I gave away the S1916, but I do have some very cool stuff coming to the channel. So, took me a while. John C., what's up, man? Let's see. The stabilize is good, but it has to be because it is 2x gimbal. Yeah. IDW, the drone, the Magic Power upgrade works great. Yes, dude. If you haven't done the Magic Power 5 upgrade to your Phantom 3 standard, definitely guaranteed to get a ridiculous amount of range. I think out of the box it comes at like 9 dB, which is just not much. You're looking at 3,000, 4,000 feet. If you install Magic Powers on the Phantom 3 standard, it increases the dB output to 24, which is just ridiculous. Like, we've had it out miles on 24 dB. That patch on the firmware patch actually takes like 10 minutes to do. You don't need to buy the range booster kit. You don't need to get any of that other stuff. Just install Magic Powers 5. I have a video of how to do it. If anybody has a Phantom 3 standard, doesn't want to install the range kit, then you can do a 10-minute patch. But just remember, every time you perform an upgrade from DJI, you have to redo the patch because it wipes it. The new firmware, when it comes on, wipes the entire patch right out. So just make sure that every time you do an upgrade to the bird, you're definitely reinstalling the patch to it. So what's the weirdest thing you've caught on a drone footage? Ooh, I don't know so much weird. I think the coolest thing I've ever had was I was flying my Hubsan 501S like 400 feet, and a hawk, it was a red-tailed hawk, just blasted. I mean, it was, couldn't have been more than like 4 feet in front of the camera. I mean, it was the cleanest shot you've ever seen from an altitude like that. It just blasted right in front of the camera, and I slowed down the frame rate. I was shooting in 1080. I slowed down the frame rate, and I guess my camera's lagging here. Well, it's probably going to throw off the audio. I apologize. But man, it was such a perfect shot. I actually have that video up on YouTube. I forget what it's called though. 501S versus Hawk or something like that. Just super clean footage. It was amazing. I slowed it way down and watched the hawk enter the frame. It was just cool to watch. Yeah. That's an old school video there, man. That was like a year and a half ago, maybe almost 2 years ago now. JDS in the house. What's the best birthday gift you ever had, bro? Okay, that's a good question. So when I was 16, I got a car and I was driving it around, and I kept asking my parents for gas money all the time. And, you know, because I didn't want to work. I was 16. Like, who wants to work when they're 16? They want to go out, have fun. They got a car. Let's have some fun. And my parents got tired of giving me money for gas when I was 16. And so my dad went and bought a L2850 48 horse diesel Kubota tractor with an 800-pound mower deck on the back and a front end loader. This thing had loaded tires. It was a monster, 4-wheel drive. It was really cool. He got an extremely good deal on it. Only had like 1,200 hours on the tractor itself. Big old farm tractor. And he handed me the keys on my 16th birthday, and he says, "Here, now you have something to make money. Go make money." And I did. Oh my God. We lived in Michigan, so I would wake up every morning and plow everyone's driveway on my road at like 15 or 20 bucks a piece. I would do like 20 driveways. I'd wake up super early, put on my snow gear, crank up the diesel, and I would do everyone's driveway down my whole block. I would have like 200 bucks before I even entered the school doors almost every morning. It was awesome, dude. We never got an opportunity to bring the tractor down here. I'd still be using it today. Trust me, at 30 years old, man, I would still be playing with that tractor. That thing was awesome. Super nice tractor. But then I got into drones and hobby and motorcycles and fast cars and all that fun stuff and kind of grew out of it and got a regular job like everybody else. So, yeah. So there you go. Coolest gift ever. So, but what do you guys think of this thing, man? Does anybody actually think it's good? I like it. I think the ANAFI from Parrot is amazing. I am loving the unique design. It is very cool in my mind. I love what they've presented us with. It's not normal. It is out of the norm. It has a very funky shape to it. Short arms on the front, long arms on the back, a camera that extends out over the front, kind of like the Karma, but the Karma failed horribly, miserably. But the upside to the Karma is it is open source. And because it's open source, if it ever fails and it starts to sell out like the 3DR Solo and they drop these things ridiculously in price, guess what? It may become the Solo 2 because it is completely open source platform. So if they hand over the coding for it, oh my gosh, boy, the things we could do with the Karma and open source would be ridiculous. So I think it looks sweet. Yeah, it's not what I expected. No, I don't think it's what a lot of people expected, and that's what I think is cool about it. They're changing up the norm. You know, it's. I love the folding drones, and I know a lot of people are saying, "Man, I'm getting tired of the folding drones," but it's like, dude, you want this thing to be travel friendly. You want it to be travel ready. I mean, I feel like you can't get too much more travel ready than that. I mean, it comes down into like a shape like this. You just throw it over your European man satchel, whatever you want to call that, your dude purse, throw it over your shoulder and take it with you. So I like it. I don't even see the lack of obstacle avoidance as a negative. You know what, though? As someone who doesn't use obstacle avoidance ever, like if you're a pilot, man. You don't need those things. They're not a necessity unless you're using features like follow me, stuff like that, and you just don't want to focus on it. You know what I'm saying? But for most people, I think that takes the fun really right out of it. I like to fly. I love to fly, so I don't like to, be held down by obstacle avoidance. If I want to get close to something, I want to get close to it. I trust my skill set, and that's just from flying a lot. As you get better, you realize all these sensors really don't help your flying capabilities. Most of them will actually end up hindering your flying capabilities in the end. So I don't know, man. I mean, as a person that flies a lot of manual stuff and GPS platform, I have to say I'm really not a big fan of the sensors. That's why I totally get away from DJI. I'm not excited about most DJI products. So I don't know. It's once you get away from that entire safety zone of sensors, I think you'll realize how much fun you can actually have without having all those things to be thinking about constantly. It's just extra processing power that your brain has to do. Like, oh, I can't get too close to the tree, or it's gonna tick off the obstacle avoidance. It's like these are things that you have to calculate for as a pilot. And if you can remove that extra stuff from your thought process, then you can actually have a whole lot more fun. It's just one of those things. I've never had a bird that's had obstacle avoidance until I got the Typhoon H, but I haven't even used it. Obstacle avoidance completely turned off. So yeah, I mean, it's just there's a reason I like the 3DR Solo so much. I said I still love my Spark. Heck yeah. But for the cost, add it all and make it turn offable. Turn offable. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to read that again here. For the cost, add add it all and make it turn offable. I don't know. You got me confused on that one, man. Sorry. What's up, Less Learning? Let's see here. I just got the Hubsan 502E, the best ever for the poor man high-tech drone. Dude, no. 817 LDS. You should have gotten the Parrot Bebop 1. Should have got the Parrot Bebop 1. You would have been so much more impressed than the 502E. I'm telling you right now, there's so much technology. Make it so you can turn it off is all I was saying. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought I had a power switch. Doesn't have power switch? I'm going to have to look into that. How did I miss that? If I miss that, I'm going to beat myself up. If you're just popping in, please make sure to hit the like button. It definitely helps. ZZ, what's up, man? Long time no see. Quad Farm, what's up? Just getting a little quick live stream in to talk about the Parrot drone today. I only paid $35. How much for the Parrot? Well, the Parrot's about $99, but GPS, sonar sensor, optical flow, 1080p, 14 megapixel camera with EIS auto stabilized footage, adjustable camera, waypoint missions. You get all the cool stuff, dude. I mean, it's pretty hard to beat that platform still today. If you're comparing the Parrot Bebop, which was $800 when it first dropped, to the toys on the market today, you should probably purchase a Parrot. It's going to have way more technology than a lot of the cheap little toy birds you can get on the market today. So just take that into consideration. Look up refurbished Parrot Bebop. You can get them for like $99. Incredible buy. I love mine. Actually, I'm freaking out because I just lent mine to a friend, Andrew, who's taking it out of town. I gave him the fly controller that I built, the fly pad controller, the sky controller I built, the DIY sky controller. Showed him how everything works. So he's taking that out to a trip somewhere, wherever he's going. When that footage pops up, I'll show it to you guys. So he borrowed my Parrot. I'm a little concerned, but I'm pretty sure he's a good pilot. He'll bring it back. I trust his skill set. So, I mean, not that I'm that worried about it. It's $99. If I break it, I'll just buy another one, repaint the top, and I'll be right back where I started. So, not a big deal. Obstacle avoidance added to the system. Then let's user turn it off. Sorry if I wasn't clear. Gotcha. Yeah. But a power switch on my 501S make things easier. Yeah, actually, if you've ever seen my mod, the simple thing I did was shave out 2 little holes in the back by the door. So when you close it, the wires stick out, and you can just do that. It's really simple. Instead of shoving all the wires into the back of it, I actually did a mod video showing you how to cut out the little corners just so that you can close the door and the 2 wires will stay sticking out, and then you can just connect them with the XT30 connector. So, yeah, man. I never really saw a reason to install the switch, I guess. Once I realized it was really easy just to pop the wires in and out. Simplified everything. So, short live stream today, though. So, yeah, no. Man, I have worked out a few things with some larger companies here. Things are really starting to come together for me. Hopefully, if things continue working out, good. Even though I'm tired all the time, I changed my schedule and I have a girlfriend now. I'm still finding time to do this and have some fun while doing it. So I do have some really cool stuff coming in the mail here shortly. It already has been reviewed by some other people, but I feel like it just didn't get enough of a review. You guys know me. I constantly use my RC products, so it's not like I just do one video and then move on. I do like leagues of videos on things, like entire, series based on drones and stuff that's sent to me. So, be expecting that. It should be a lot of fun. Hubsan has enough technology to do the job on a good day. Not to hate, but Hubsan is like cheating girl. Just can't trust him. No, I completely agree. I'm not. Look, man, I don't have anything against Hubsan birds. I have something against the company and the way they do things. So it's I don't really judge their birds for what they are, because the bird can't help what it is or what was put in it. It's just a bird. It was designed by a company, so the fault comes back to the company. Something they're doing causes flyaways. Something they're doing causes you to have to do compass calibrations every single time you show up at a new location. Something they're doing that causes compass failure during flight, or GPS based on firmware. That's something they're doing. So that comes. I mean, flyaways have plagued Hubsan for the longest, and I'm not talking about like a small fraction, a big fraction of their birds fly away. They just all of a sudden get a mind of their own, and they're like, well, toodaloo, I'm going back to China. I'll see you later. I'm working on my Chinese right now, you know, toodaloo. So I can't. I'll test their products. I'll never purchase another one. I have a few just because they were sent to me, but I would never buy another Hubsan product ever. So, yep, that's just how that goes. Until I see changes in the company and the way they're doing things and their tech support and how they handle situations, they won't get another dime of my money. So, some big dog. Now it's time to marry her and make a complete forever and ever until forever ever. Hey, look, man, I'm looking at buying a truck. I'm getting rid of my Grand Prix. I'm looking at buying a small truck. I want to get a little boat. I want to have some water adventures, be able to do some water vlogging, have some more fun stuff engaged with boats. I definitely, I'm an RC enthusiast. I can't just say that I'm all drones. I love kind of the entire hobby. However, I'm not a fan of helicopters, fixed wing gliders, or airplanes. Just never could get into them, man. They bored the heck out of me for some reason. Helicopters, not so much, but they're very complicated to fly, so I just kind of stayed away from that. I love flying FPV. I love flying aerial platform stuff. So, and I may someday get a fixed wing glider. The Parrot Disco is calling my name. At some point, I'll get one. So, get a Silverado. Hey, 90 Glock in the house. If y'all don't know 90 Glock, make sure that you drop him a little love on his channel. Buddy of Mel Mel's, brother, I should say, brother of Mel Mel, who's another good guy. Very inspirational YouTube channel. I have yet to really get over to 90 Glock, so I apologize for that, man, but I do know who you are. Thank you for stopping in. Very cool, bro. And by the way, you guys should be like, communicating with one another and subscribing to each other's channels. Yo, guess who just popped in the room? You guessed it, Ron. Ron has just popped in the room. For all of you that don't know, Ron went AWOL. He just disappeared. He's MIA, went missing in action. So, yo, boats and gators, you've been through this. Yes, I have. Big Daddy, I have. I did have a boat get eaten by a gator, and I got the footage of it, which was cool. But I can't stay out of that water, man. That is like the perfect place to put in an RC boat. So I'm going to continue going, and if another RC boat gets eaten by a gator, then I'll slow my roll. So I just want a little truck, a Ford Ranger, a Dodge Dakota, something simple. Has a hitch and a decent little bed on it, with a cab. I don't know. I've getting out of the sports bike phase, the fast car phase, all that fun stuff. I'm just turned 31, so now I'm just like, I don't even think looks or cars matter anymore. I just need a point A to point B, something that I can have some fun. Big Daddy says, or it eats you. Yes, for those of you who have not seen my alligator video versus my FT12, FT012, it was quite amusing. I think it's at like 14, maybe 17,000 views now. So it's not doing too bad. Just look up drone worship versus alligator or something like that. Alligator eats RC boat. That was actually kind of a crazy day, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, man. Later, Thomas. Yeah, but it's hell. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm kind of laxing on the comments here. Hey, do you know of the fixed wing FPV? It's designed by an engineer. He just used it in Texas for the first time in history of Texas to search and rescue. It was very advanced. I will look into that, 817. That sounds very interesting. Oh, yeah, I forgot I can't screen share on here, or I would look it up with you because I'm not doing a Google Hangout. Yo, YouTube, if you're listening, I would love the ability to screen share on my PC while doing a live stream without having to be in Google Hangouts or OBS or anything like that. That's a feature you need to add. So if you're paying attention, which I know you're not, feel free to add that in at some point because we need it. That would be nice. Thank you. Yes, please. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. YouTube said tough crap. Leave it to Ron, man. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I'm getting better sleep now. I find myself going to bed earlier. It makes it harder because I don't have a chance to check out everybody's videos like I used to all night, but I need to survive. I need to live. Can't do that if I'm staying up till 5, 6 a.m., going to bed, going straight to work. So I apologize if I've been laxing on watching your guys' content myself. It's just busy. Ron, yo, are we gonna do anything soon, bro? You're like hiding. You're like not talking to me anymore, bro. You're like in your own world. I don't know. You just like pieced out on everybody, man. You come in my stream, but then you don't talk to me anymore. We got to get that figured out, bro. We need to do an adventure soon. How can we be the adventures of Fat Man and Blobbin if we're not doing adventures, sir? Now, I have your Fat Man mask here. You need to put it back on. I will get my Blobbin mask back out, and we will do it. What do you mean you called me last night? I didn't get a call. I'll look into this. I will look into this. So, guys, I'm going to shut this stream down. I'm extremely excited about the new Parrot product. I want to see it go further. I'm going to continue talking to Helder Hugo, who has done some pretty good extensive videos on Parrot products in the past, and find out what his general consensus of the product is. I don't have to review it. I just want to know about it. So we're definitely going to do that. Could you give a brief overview as to calling heliport to fly in the park? I've never done it. Not what to say. Well, normally you wouldn't have to really contact the heliport. Yeah, I guess you could. Look, the whole thing with heliports is that they're kind of allowed to fly where we are, which is scary to me. So even if you did let them know, it's probably nice to, but even if you did let them know, I'm not sure it would really make the difference of whether the pilot's going to see your drone in the air or not. So, I don't know, man. I would just try to avoid the area if possible. Airports are different. If you download air maps, it'll tell you the heliport that you can contact, or it'll tell you the number for the ATC tower of major airports. So I think your best bet would be to download air maps. And when you get to your location, you can either choose to call them ahead of time, give them a flight plan, when you're going to be up, what's your current compass bearing to the airport, what your registration number is, how long you plan on being in the air, what your altitude flight's going to be, and when you plan on touching back down. Those are kind of the main things you want to go over with them. Tell them what kind of bird you're going to be flying. The basics. It's not really too difficult. I know it feels weird calling a tower for the first time, but I do it quite often. It's actually a little easier. Most of them just go, "Hey, look, man, just fly. You're fine." Most of them won't even like push for the need for you to tell anybody. They know that they're flying major air traffic much higher than you're going to be flying. So for most of them, it's not a big deal. You are my number one channel. The RC Sailors is number 2. Thanks for the fun. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, even though me and the RC Sailors will never see eye to eye due to an incident that happened a year ago, maybe half a year ago, I still watch him. I don't really support him heavy, but I still watch him. Yeah, no, they did me pretty dirty. So, anyways, that was on Ken's live stream. For those of you that were there that heard about it or remember it, that was a really dirty thing Abby did to me. So I have no respect for him anymore. I love their dog. Popeye is really cool, but Nate and Abby are just not in my fan book at all. So it is what it is. I have no registration or compass bearing. I have no. Well, you probably should get registered. Are you flying a drone that really needs registration? And it has to weigh more than 250 grams, and it can't weigh more than, what is it, 0.55, 55 pounds, something like that. I don't even remember. I'll have to look into it. You can look up the. I don't fly birds that big, so I guess the real weight advantage never bothered me to look into it further. But you can just go to the FAA website and look up UAS rules and guidelines. So, it's a 502E. I don't even think it breaks 250 grams, man. It's really considered a toy. However, I will say this. It does have the capability to go really long range. Ron, actually, the Adventures of Fat Man and Blobbin and me, did a test one day with ours, and we just sent it up in the air about 80 meters and pushed forward. And we just kept pushing forward and watching the telemetry. I mean, it was way out of sight, but I think we reached almost like 700 meters with the 502E, watching the battery power before it lost signal, and was like, "Oh, I got to come home." And the GPS brought it back. But if you really wanted to know, 502E can go extremely far. It's actually pretty impressive how far it can go. So what's the controller you got for the Bebop 1? Mind Twister, that would be the fly pad, the Parrot fly pad, and then I got a power bank that I mounted to the back of the phone holder that pops out on the fly pad, and I screwed that, or I taped that onto there, and then I got a Omnio, or maybe it was a Me. I think I got a MI Wi-Fi repeater, MI, and then I set that up, and it allowed me to take the drone out like 500 meters, 600 meters, tons of extra range, man. It has no problems now, covering a few football fields or more, depending on your area, with that little setup that I built. So it's quite perfect little setup, man. It's very good. It's a little complicated to get the Me repeater set up, but once you do, man, it's a great little setup. So if you haven't smashed that like button, you just popped in, please do so, guys. I'm getting ready to get off here because I got to eat some lunch before I get ready for work. So thank you for stopping in. I am extremely excited about the new Parrot product. I'm going to continue my efforts into getting one if I can. Maybe I'll hopefully talk a company into giving me a decent deal here. I'm not a baller, so I don't have tons of money. So I do reach out to these companies and I see what I can get my hands on for testing and product reviews and stuff. So please don't judge me, because I'm not a baller. I'm ball on a budget, man. I do what I can. I put a ton of effort and time into my YouTube channel to make it what it is. So, you know, it's my way of getting paid back, I feel like, by the companies and doing their products, is just send it to me. So that's what I try to do. I try my hardest to get them to commit to things. So Marvin, what's up? You install Open Solo? Marvin, the answer to that is no, and I probably never will. I don't see the point to it. They haven't done enough things that blows my mind to want to install it yet, so probably going to avoid it. I've got 3 solos now. Girlfriend's got one. It's getting ridiculous. So, but anyways, you guys, I want to go over 600 meters away, but I'm scared. Airport heli. So don't fly towards the airport. Fly away from the airport, bro. Yeah, man, it happens. Abby made some choices that just weren't good, and then they came on my channel afterwards and tried to explain why she banned me from Ken's live stream, and nobody was trying to hear that. So she made some poor decisions. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Don't worship. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I got to work, unfortunately, so enjoy your Saturday. I'm out of here. I'm gone, man. Catch you guys on the flip. Chitteroo.